How many AP classes should you take in high school? I hate it when people reply with, "It depends." But, it depends. When students ask me this, I ask them this question: what college are you aiming to attend? And of course the answer to that question must be realistic based on grades, SAT scores, activities, and other factors. So let's talk about two different scenarios. The first is a student who has all of the qualifications to be a strong candidate for a top college such as one of the Ivy Leagues, Stanford, MIT, Chicago, and others in that category. Because selective colleges like those mentioned are so competitive, and they take so few students each year, you have to have every edge possible to be considered and get accepted. Many students take 10 or more AP classes who apply to those colleges. In addition to taking as many AP classes as possible, it's important to get high grades in them. For top colleges, you should get an A grade in all of your AP classes. You should also take all of your AP exams and get 5s on almost all of them, if not all of them. I understand that some high schools don't have AP classes. They might call them other things that are equivalent, but anyone can take the AP exams by self-studying, with a tutor, if you have to. Some high schools have IB programs, and do not offer AP classes. Others have IB programs and offer some AP classes. The bottom line is, if you are aiming for one of the top colleges, you need to take as many of the most difficult classes in your high school as possible to be competitive. Now let's talk about the second scenario. This is a student who wants to go to a state college that is not ultra-competitive. When I say ultra-competitive state schools, I mean colleges like UC Berkeley, UCLA, Michigan Ann Arbor, UNC Chapel Hill, UVA, and to some extent, University of Maryland. In those cases, you may not need 10 or more AP classes, but I would take at least 5. But for less competitive state public colleges such as Penn State, Michigan State, UMBC, Virginia Tech, UMass Amherst, Temple, and countless others around the country, I wouldn't worry so much about taking AP classes. Even if you take just 1 or 2, just focus on getting a good overall GPA throughout your 4 years. In the end, I don't advise students to get mentally and emotionally drained trying to outperform other students by taking on more than they can handle. You should not do that. You should take as much as you can do well in. If you end up getting a B grade in an AP class, it's okay. Just do your best, and be okay with the outcome. Ultimately, what college you graduate from will not be the determining factor in your career success. If you have the grit to become one of the best in your field, and that doesn't depend on what college you attend, then you can have just as successful of a career as anyone. I'm living proof that even someone who flunked 3 classes in college and had no confidence in his major, can rise from the heaps and become one of the best in his field. If you want me to make a video about my story, request it in the comment section below. If it was helpful to you, please click the like button and leave a comment. I would love to read your thoughts or questions and reply. I'm CK, founder of CK Education and creator of the highly effective CK SAT prep system. Every year, clients pay thousands of dollars to get my advice. You can get my advice for free by just watching all of my videos, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome.